Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. A very warm welcome to one and all gathered here for this one-day international webinar on cyber awareness for women organized by the Department of Computer Applications. Prayer is the opening of the heart to Lord. I call upon Asha Siddika to recite the Prat.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Thank you, Ms. Aisha Siddika. Good morning to all. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome our beloved Principal Ma'am, Dr. Suhashni N.S., our Director Professor M.M. Shahul Hamid Sir, our Vice Principal Dr. Nasreen Banu Ma'am, our Head of Computer Application Department Mrs. Famida Tabassim Ma'am, and all our staff members and fellow students.
To be inspired is great, but to be an inspiration is an honor. We also welcome our resource person, Mr. Raja Selvaras Sir, Principal Cybersecurity Consultant, Singapore. He is an IT professional with 16 plus years of experience, currently working as Senior Principal Cybersecurity Consultant at SCB and Specialized Infrastructure Security. He is goal-oriented, visionary, and seasoned IT executive with demonstrated experience in team building and technical direction. Now I request the resource person to take over the session.
Thanks everyone for the warm welcome and a brief introduction about me. And good morning everyone. So I think this. So it's a thanks for the opportunity to present the topics today in that cyber awareness for women. So it is much needed topic. So hope I'm audible.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So is that something I'm not able to see the presentation. So if yeah, thank you. So just it's a pleasure talking to you all. It's a much needed topic today because it's during this unprecedented time. So because it's knowingly or unknowingly, just in all over the world, we put everyone is mandate to follow the use the internet. So but it is more or less, you consuming the internet, it is not a problem. So some people actually like using the internet, it is without awareness. So it is high chances of putting put us into the trap, right? So that's why just and I'm my as responsible persons, and more interested to share my perspective on the cyber awareness, and especially for the like a young students, right? And just to can you help me to move on to the next slide? Yeah. So like more or less, it's today. It's challenges. So I think most of you not aware of that. So what kind of web we are using it, right? So like for example, so first of all, so like there are various terms we should know about it. What is the information security and the cyber security, right? So like there is a difference, a distinct between information security and cyber security. So information security, in the sense, within our home itself, we need to we can keep our informations not flowing outside. So that is called as a information security. When we talk about cyber security, it is a freely flowing from all over the world. Like for example, it is a social networking site. It is Facebook or LinkedIn or Twitter, Instagram, or any other, TikTok, or there is a new social networking site. It's just, Pebble, who is predominant persons are from based out of Trichy. They developed social networking site as a people, right? So the only thing is it is everyone's responsibility. So we cannot blame their any companies who developed a social networking site. They're providing platforms so they can provide some certain level of security, but it is our responsibility to what information to be put in terms of social networking site, and in terms of mobile number, email ID, and all your personal informations, like, right? And moreover, as I just wanted to cover, so like, there are three things. These are the three pillars available on the security. So one is confidentiality and integrity and availability, right? So this three terms, just will be available when we are talking about one person to another person, or in terms of in terms of information, sensitive information, right? But we are going to talk about only the confidentiality, right? And moreover, before getting into the detail, right, I just wanted to cover what are the web. So whatever the information, so there in web application, there are three types. One is surface web, and a deep web, and the dark web, right? So most of the information what we are searching in Google, it is called as a surface web. So what is the meaning of surface web? In the sense, in terms of like we do the all the data are indexed, so where it is located, and all the informations and everything will be available on the internet. In If you see that, if you refer in Google, only 5% of the content only we are using, and it visible to everyone. That is called as a surface web. And when we call into the deeper web, it is going into the next level, which is all the government organizations and bit of some employer companies, and they are using the deep web. So certain information, so they can categorize the information, so they cannot certain information they cannot disclose it. And another just the catchy term is dark web. Dark web is like it is underworld, right? So they hide the identity, so they call it as anonymity, right? Anonymous. So like they will not interact in the internet in their original identity. So it is used for the most of the things as illegal purpose. So dealing with the weapons, drugs, and everything, right? So these are the things. So all the in terms of illegal activities. So as a end user perspective, consumer perspective, you should know, right? So like for example, if you, because dark web, there are people are using it, so like, but it is offensive. So right, offense, like you cannot use the dark web if you are using the illegal transaction. So they can, there is a way to find out, right? So, and another one is deep web. All the government organizations and everything, so they are using the deep web. And what we are only 5%, remaining everything will be deep web and dark web. Can you move to the next one? So and moreover, so as I mentioned that, so today, so there is a two difference between uh, information security and cyber security. It's similar kind of terms. So there is a term called hacker and cyber criminals, right? Hacker, it is a kind of like, for example, they try to find out the bug from the any applications. They do it for a good cause, right? And another one is there are people call it out as cyber criminals. Cyber criminals is normal like criminals, right? So they do exist. They do that illegal activities and the internet. They will try to steal the information. So what is the purpose, right? The purpose is for either they do money, and either they do for popularity, or either it is kind of like sexual abuse, right? These are the three major contributing factors they do that. Okay, so that is the aim. So like if you see that in major digital transformations in India, the challenges too, there are two things. One is they do for money, and as another thing is like all the sexual related things, right? So they will threaten, they will take the information, your sensitive informations, like follow the Facebook and everything. What I create awareness for the people, right? When you are having interacting with the anyone in the social media, don't accept any friend request who does not know. Normally, I don't accept any connection request in terms of LinkedIn. I think most of the person, LinkedIn is a famous professional network, right? In Facebook, so like yeah, Facebook, and if they don't give any message without introducing themselves, I don't accept the friend request, right? From the any strangers, right? And so that's why they do identify, and moreover try to lock your profile, right? And make sure that, I think someone can go on mute. I'm getting background noise.
So one second. Ma'am, Samida ma'am, mute.
Yes, thank you. So, like for example, the that is how do we prevent it, right? So normally, like for example, in old days, right? Old days when there is a social networking is not available. So because normally tend to the teenage age, just people tend to follow the girls and everything, right? And moreover, it is a typical example. It is a human nature, and moreover, they can try to identify who is following you, right? But in digital world, it is very hard to find out, right? And how they are gathering your informations, right? And like setting up your passwords, like for example, normal passwords like welcome 123, or someone, it's a pet name, your father and mother name, all those things. It is easy to guess the passwords and everything, right? And they can try to get your information, and moreover, it is you will not able to find out. It is kind of, they will try to find out the target, because how thieves try to find out which houses they are having more money, right? Similar kind of things, the value, worth value and everything. And moreover, this kind of information you need to be very very careful and even vigilant. Like for example, well, first they will try to, I think most of you have seen any movies or anything. I don't think like and there is a movie called Southern Vete. So they do have like they will try to just loot the money from someone who is having a lot of anxiety about earning money, all those things actually. So they will try to create some interest to earn the money, right? So that's what they do that. First they will try to collect the informations, right? And moreover, that is a technique called active footprint and passive footprint. Active footprint, right? How they do come in and everything, right? For example, typical example, you are the target person. Someone is trying to find out the information about you. They will go into some taluk office or anything, or even internet. Now it is restricted. Election Commission, they will go and take the voter ID and guess the address details and everything, right? That is called as active information that you will not know. And another one is passive information. Passive information, so what they will do is, they will if your house is there, in front of your house some tea shops, or in the street corner there is a shop, right? They will try to gather the information, passive information, that is also very unidentifiable, right? So this kind of information, so information gathering is the first technique. Cyber criminals, they use it in the social networking and everything, right? So that's why for in terms of employers or company, if they try to target attack that particular company or banking or any other company, right? Because the intention is they may competitor for some other companies, and that's why they do use it for they someone is targeted, competitor is targeted to create the reputational loss, or they will try to business monetary damage or anything they can try to make when we dealing with the corporate. But the aim objective is different, but the steps, way of attacking steps is same, right? Similar kind of things. So the cyber criminals, the information is wealth. So just they will try to gather the information about yourself. Okay, so that's why I'm just creating awareness that tell you that you need to be very very diligent when you are sharing informations outside, right? Another maybe you can move to the next slide. So yeah. So how do they, for example, when I mentioned that active and the passive information gathering, right? How they do it? Like for example, if they wanted to search about myself, right? You can search, you can put my name into that in Google, right? My name is Raja Silvaraj, and you can search it. So like if you see search in India, Raja Silvaraj in the sense, so it will come like 10 names, India based and everything. And you can try to filter the search names with Raja Silvaraj space Singapore, right? And moreover, like you can search in the different. So these are the information you can try to search it in Google. So how they search it in map, all the information. So based on that, they will try to once if you try to gather the information from Google, you will get into the next site where my Facebook profile and the LinkedIn profile will be there. So based on that, they will try to search the informations, right? That is you will not know as a cyber criminal perspective. So like even we do background checks for the people, right? Like for example, if someone is ready to join, so we do the background check. So how this person is good, right? If someone is intend to join our company or team, right? We do the background check. How the person do that, whether he, how many mail IDs he is using it. There is a paid subscription, so always we can try to use it. So these are the source, how do we find it out, like a wiki map, National Geographic map, or Yahoo, or anything, Facebook and everything. If you give my email ID, there are some paid subscribers. So how many email IDs I'm having it. So where what is my account name in LinkedIn, what is my email ID in Yahoo, what is my ID in YouTube, and what is my ID in Twitter, right? Similar kind of things, so we can try to pull your entire details. Okay, think about, like, if someone cyber criminal, so we are doing for good intention, good purpose, right? Think about cyber criminals. And moreover, if you are going into the shopping, think about this situation, right? Going into the shopping and get the someone is offering. So if you fill the form with the mobile number and everything, so then they say that they will give you the some coffee mug or anything, right? So what you will do is you tend to that, hey, just giving information, they are giving the coffee mug and as a gift ample, right? So like what you will do is you will go and fill it out. But if you think about, really think strategically, they will take your information and take your mobile number. Okay, they will start sending the marketing informations. Okay, think about if someone cyber criminals get those information, okay, you are nowadays everyone has started using smartphones, Android phones, and if cyber criminals start sending some SMS with the link, if you click the link, that entire your phone will be controlled by the cyber criminals, correct? So those kind of things where you need to be always very very careful. You need to be when you are getting any link from SMS and everything, you need to be very diligent and making sure that don't click link, okay? So if you configure the Google Pay, Phone Pay, everything, OTP, they can try to control of your phone, right? Even PCs, your personal data can be exposed. Okay, so it is, I'm not telling about, for example, it is, theoretical perspective. And recently, there are a lot of scams happened. And, one of the known friend who is, very wealthy person, he lost he clicked the link during some WhatsApp, and he logged into the computer, and in another tab, he logged in some, banking site. He lost almost 8 crores, and it is not happening within hour. So how it has happened? Just 2-3 minutes of time, and how it has been identified. That person is, when they try to gather amount from Indian account, RBI has been stopped, because we do have strict regulatory, Reserve Bank of India. If you are transferring more than 5 lakhs, they will try to they have the uh, you know capability to just to block your wired transfer, right? Then the person realized that he lost the amount, right? This kind of scam, it is happening all over the world. I'm telling about only one experience, right? And moreover, it is they are spoofing your information about like anything. That the information is wealth. So, and making sure that, why I'm telling is, when you are entering your information in the social networking site, making sure that it is properly restricted, make sure that it is not visible in the search, and make sure that profile is locked, and no one, only your friends and known friends only should able to view your post, and photos, or personal informations, and the mobile numbers, right? And don't ever register Facebook profile with the numbers, right? Give some email IDs. And if you are not interested, I advise, if you are in that age, don't go into the Facebook. Okay, I uninstall the Facebook. Okay, I spend most of the time in LinkedIn, even I know very hot time actually. And maintain, like, for example, don't buy the plan if some telecom provider is giving free data and everything. So switch off the data and start using the mobile phone, because it should not be, because at this age you should not be, I don't know, addicted. And the my advice is to just be careful with that, right? Can you help me to the most next slide, man? Yeah. So, like, for example, so once the cyber criminals search the informations and everything, right? How always, the next step, right? For example, they always not be active to, what you are doing, right? They will set the alerts, right? So, like, for example, if you are tweeting, right, what time you are, tweeting, what time you are just activities and everything, just they will try to set the alerts, right? And they will try to map the patterns, right? So this kind of things, so they will try to watch out and give the consolidated report. And what time you are tweeting, is it some same pattern is happening? This kind of things, you can, cyber criminals, they do that, right? Move to the next line. Thank you. Okay, and so that's another thing. So once the information is gathered, what they do is, so they do have, like, there is a famous techniques, is a social engineering techniques, right? So social engineering techniques, how most of the time, right? It is a famous technique, right? This is what most of the hackers and cyber criminals, they are using it. And moreover, when they try to send the link, right? So what you are tend to give that, like they will send you the link. Oh, you are getting 1,000 rupees offered for this one. So what they will give you the attractive offer and give some informations, right? And attractive offer. And what when you see that attractive statement, you will try to click it, right? So that's what like when you click it, that URL is redirected to somewhere, right? That's somewhere in the sense that designated their catchy point, right? So once you get that, all whatever the information, once you clicked it, responded, that the person is received the response from you, whatever the information after you are typing, so they will try to gather the information, right? And no need to just have the keylogger or anything, right? Whatever the passwords you are typing, account number you are typing, OTP you are typing, just they will take everything from there and try to transfer the amount. And moreover, when they are transferring the amount, they will not transfer back to their account. Okay, even if they are taking 1,000 rupees, it will be like 100 rupees, 100 rupees. 10 account they split it and disperse. Normally, like in our scenario, right? When they pickpocket, when they steal the purse in the bus, right? They will not, the person when the pickpocketed, so like they will not keep the purse. Okay, they will just transfer to different person, right? Similar kind of thing. When you are trying to trace back, it is hard to find out, right? So that's why like always you need to be very very careful. If you find that you clicked something wrong, just disable everything. Okay, and making sure that immediately whatever the financial information or any confidential information you did it, just you go and block it. Okay, so that's what my suggestion. So, and moreover, you need to report back with the cyber crimes, right? So I think nowadays they are improving with the cyber crime, the hotline and everything, right? At least we can start reporting it and take complaint after everything is in through phone itself, right? Yeah. You can move to the next slide. Yeah. And moreover, as mentioned, that it is social engineering and everything, right? So they will come in as a typical. Once they gather the information from us from tea shop, they will try to come and spoof you like a courier boy. So what they will do is like for example, human based and initial the information is gathered, the footprinting, how it will happen, right? Like for example, they will come as a courier boy and see that what are the loopholes in your home, wanted to like loot the money from your house. So that's what they try to do it. So that's what like a human based, rather than botnet or robot, like chat based sending the image. So they will do that human based social engineering, right? And another thing is it's kind of like sensitive information. So how do they trick it? Like as a courier boy, they will come and come as a a food delivery boy or a courier boy, and try to discover the your information actually. Yes, ma'am. So that is called as a human based social engineering, right? So yeah, go to the next one. So, and another thing is like, for example, why it is happening, right? I was explaining social engineering is an effective technique. So, because most of the things is not, people awareness. Okay, training is required, and moreover, you should not like, for example, you may get a call because related to COVID vaccinations, and what they will try to do is like it is kind of. Click one to confirm it, right? Even that if you click press one, automatically the phone control will be taken over by someone, right? And another one is like for example, and the policies and everything. If they are giving any URL, it should be validated, correct? And even if you feel that that particular URL is not comfortable, you can search in Google that whether the URL is validated, legitimate URL, correct? Those kind of things, like you can try to do it. And another one is how it is happening, like in company side, and the lack of security, like lack of security policies, like passwords are just using the repeated word, and excuse me, so repeated word, and as well as in terms of complex password they don't allow. So that's why always be remember and set the complex password, like with the special symbols, like a dollar at or exclamations and the special symbols, right? Try to be complicated, so then it would be hard to guess it, right? Or normally how typically we break the password, right? Like you know someone is someone has lost the passwords, or I tend to do the forensics, right? Computer forensics. So if someone has committed crime, I do go for investigations, right? And we do have a bunch of, so what are the combination of passwords they do set it. Okay, so like within 2 to 4 hours, we can try to discover the password, break the passwords, and go into the computers or phone, and do the forensics and everything. And moreover, don't ever think that if you are deleted, like for example, when you made a phone call, if you delete the call history, that means that you are not escaping from the telecom provider will have all the details. So similar kind of things in the internet, everything will be recorded, right? Even if you wipe out the phone 3 times, 4 times, anyone like can recover the data. And moreover, when you are storing your sensitive information in the phone, and making sure that don't ever give it, if you feel uncomfortable, don't give it to the repair shop. Okay, that is another major threats. I'm finding I discovered in the in here. If the person is not known, then they can try to you know gather the information, they can try to recover it. And even any time of format, they can try to recover the informations. Okay, and just if you find that phone is not phone is not working and everything, right? And why uh, just do the factory reset, or remove the memory card, or anything actually. And moreover, there is a destruction techniques available, so to to destroy the information, because it's a high possible threats, and they can try to discover the information. Never ever are, if you feel uncomfortable, don't ever store the sensitive informations. Okay, maybe I lost the screen. Yeah, okay, maybe good, move to the next one. Okay, so as I mentioned that this is how, why social engineering attack is exist. Like for example, loss of privacy, and whenever you are storing information in the device, it is kind of loss of informations, right? So that's the one actually. Like, okay, and always when your information employee perspective, like employer perspective, company perspective, it is kind of reputational damage, right? Like the normally it is a trust to do the others. And another like for example, if someone is do that negative publicity, so that's the reason, main reason they try to get it actually. Yeah, move to the next slide, man. Okay, so like so as I mentioned that there are mobile based social engineering attack, right? How they try to do it. So first, normally, like for example, mobile based everything, right? They will send SMS, or once SMS is sent it, right, so they will try to do that malicious gaming applications, and it will try to download it from the app store and keep it you know keep it in the just try to discover the information about you and keep sending exfiltrating from your phone to targeted persons, right? And just and our packaging perspective, just repackaging through your applications or sensitive information. So this is a flow, right? And so that's what they try to do it, and you will not know that how this malware and everything, right? And so the spy, how it has been injected your phone, okay, you never know, right? So like just don't be in hurry. So always think twice, thrice, okay, what you are doing in the your phone, okay. And so that's what you need to be very very careful, okay. Yeah, move to the next slide, huh? Yeah, and this one, the SMS phishing, right? SMS is like when you are sending SMS, and the banks very hard to put the controls. So like hard to put the controls in the when they are sending SMS. So right now, if you see that in during December time frame, there is a famous bank in Singapore. It is trapped by almost 26 million. It is they lost money when they are sending SMS to the customers. Okay, hacker, and they discovered, and they caught that hackers, cyber criminals. And right now it is a purely in the deduction should be there in the when they send it from the bank, because most of the these are the famous techniques and SMS phishing, right? And moreover, they can try to gather your information as much as possible, because nowadays all the files, everything will be stored in the iCloud or Google storage, right? And they will try to gather the information. And moreover, when you are connecting the cloud storage and everything, right, we can try to discover the information as much as possible. And how the passwords, what are the passwords, and all the sensitive information, we can try to do it. And moreover, just need to make sure when you are click the particular read the SMS. It is kind of zeroing technique actually. Even when you would have seen in the movie, so when they send the blank SMS, when they open it, and automatically your phone will be controlled. And making sure that try to put some softwares, right, for protection software. And moreover, when you are going into the public shopping mall or anything, try to switch off the Wi-Fi, okay, Bluetooth, right? Because it's a Bluetooth, there is an interesting factors. When you try to switch off the Bluetooth, you assume that it is Bluetooth is switched off. That doesn't mean that it is switched off, right? It is just a kind of it is not switched off logically, right? Automatically, when the phone is hacked, automatically you can take a photo, right? So think about typical scenarios, right? Like Bluetooth is much Bluetooth and Wi-Fi is much more dangerous. Untrusted Wi-Fi, if you are connecting, they can try to discover the information. And moreover, while traveling on the train and public places, I never ever put my phone charger, right? And it is high chances of when you are even when you are trying to charge your phone through USB port, it will be high chances to have that high chances to get the like your information. So that's why it is high chances everywhere. It is a threat. You need to be very very careful. Okay. So and the digital one, right? Digitalization. It is hard to find out. Yeah. Move to the next slide now. Okay. And these are the just put the list, how this your identity has been theft, or I think you have seen that Aadhaar card and all the things, right? Your information. So one of the things is I wanted to highlight when you are swiping the card, skimming, right? I think most of the techniques I have covered, they can try to install the malware or anything, right? One thing I wanted to highlight in this slide, that skimming, right? When you try to the ATM cards, I think you would have seen in many movies, and this one, just when you insert the ATM card, it may take some time. So all the information, it can be stolen. So, and another thing is when you are swiping the card and the merchant, or like any shops, they also having the skimming card. They can try to get all your information and do that illegal transaction over the internet. They can buy some Amazon shopping, and do the from Amazon, and perform it. And what you are supposed to do it, and just making sure that validate the legitimate transactions. When you do that through credit card or anything, do not give purchase untrusted sites, even Amazon, Flipkart, and everything, right? And moreover, another experience and the practices everyone is following. So like pay and cash, right? So that would be the good option. And don't ever do the QR code scanning payment when you are performed the shopping and everything. So that one, don't do that. Hello,
Sir?
can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah. So that is why skimming, so you need to identify, right? So like for example, um, uh, especially when you are swiping your card, you need to be vigilant. So don't ever distract from others, and until your payment is done, right? And don't turn your head into the left or right. Okay, just to watch it out, and making sure that if it is getting delayed, and making sure that your transactions are legitimate. So that's what I suggest. Okay. Yeah, move to the next slide, man. So, and mobile perspective, right? And when you are connected your mobile 3G, right? As I mentioned, that I covered, like for example, the network broader perspective in the shopping mall, or even if you are going into the any McD's or KFC's or anything, any shopping mall, if they are offering free Wi-Fi, you need to be very very careful. When they say free, you are supposed to be very careful. So that's what I would say. So that is a advice I can say that. And these are the slides I captured it, how it has been how this attack can be carried over here. So that's what like I just put the pictures here, how it has been carried out actually. Yeah, you can move to the next. So just this one, right? And any mobile network or tablets and everything, right? How it has been taken care, the complete mobile attack, right? How it has been taken care. In perspective, like in terms of whether if you are browsing mobile mail or apps perspective, so you need to be very vigilant, and making sure that do not install any untrusted applications, right? And if they are giving any application, right, customized application, they can try to exfiltrate your data, and making sure that you never know, like you can see that company names are same, but they released apps by cyber criminals, and it will once once you installed it, that application start interacting with the internet, with the command and control servers. All the what activities need to be done, that everything cyber criminals they do program and feed it in the command and control servers. It will be waiting for your connections. Okay, once connection is established between CN command and control server and your phone, right, it will be like once a trust is established, automatically it will start sending information. Your mobile phone starts sending informations. That's what, like it happens, right? So how some persons will get alerted, and for example, when I say that Wi-Fi, and when they try to send the informations, right? So like what kind of attack in terms of they try to do it. So I just put it like for like a Wi-Fi, all the session attack. When you are doing the transactions in the banking, how do you hold your sessions, right? That is called as a session. And just they will what they will do is, most of the time when they find you are not worthy, they will try to spoil your phone, right? Similar kind of things. That is called as a DNS poisoning, and all the websites, they will try to hack that. So they will try that, cyber criminals, they will try to do it in multiple ways. Yeah, move to the next slide. Yeah, so I think hope I covered most of the things in both the computers and mobiles perspective, right? I think you get comprehensive idea about what are the things, what you are supposed to do it in terms of social networking and LinkedIn. It is what you are supposed to do, what you are not supposed to do. I think hope you got some clear informations about cyber security, especially for I covered just surface level. Okay, so just created the awareness. Based on this information, whatever I spoke, right, you can go and search in Google, and utilize effectively, and making sure that you are using the internet properly, right? That's what my humble request. And be safe in when you are surfing the internet. And I wish you good luck with your futures and everything. And thank you, ma'am, for the wonderful opportunity to talk in front of students and creating awareness in this in modern era.
Now I call upon Ms. Farnas to deliver the vote of thanks.
On behalf of our Computer Application Department, I extend really a hearty vote of thanks to our chief guest, Mr. Raja Selvaras sir, to spare time from his busiest schedule to grace the occasion. Today, we had a great opportunity to hear about valuable information about cybersecurity, and this will surely be informative and useful to encourage us in our future events. Thank you, sir. We thank Principal Dr. Suhasini Annas ma'am, our Director sir, Mr. Dr. M.N. Shahul Hamid sir, for giving this opportunity. Vice Principal Dr. Nazrin Banu ma'am, and a Head of Department Mrs. Fahmida Tabassum. Last but not least, I thanks all the students for your coordination. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.